You're about to get the most delicious history lesson of your life. And even if you know absolutely nothing about the Italian Renaissance period, you'll want to memorize the menu at MC Spiedo. There was a time when Italian food was very different. A time when the Medici family loomed large. A time before New World crops like tomatoes and potatoes took hold in the kitchen. And that time is today. Inside the Renaissance Boston Waterfront Hotel, there's a new Renaissance-themed restaurant named MC Spiedo. The MC stands for Mark and Clark, as in nationally acclaimed chef owners Mark Gaier and Clark Frasier. Spiedo is Italian for spit, as in spit roasting and skewering meats over an open flame. And the recipes offer an interpretation of dishes that were served in the castles and manors of Italy back in the 1300s.
I think if you walked in and just sat down and looked at the menu, it'd say, oh, this looks like great Italian food. But if you delve just a little further deeper, you find that everything is based on the history of the Italian Renaissance. All the ingredients used are before Columbus discovered America.
You're walking in here and you're looking at a very contemporary room, but yet it's very sort of opulent. And we wanted people to feel that opulence of the Renaissance.
You certainly won't find chicken parmesan on this menu, but you will find historically delicious dishes like handmade macaroni with spit-roasted suckling pig and oven-baked crepes with gorgonzola that's absolutely
luscious, creamy, delicate. They come out of the pizza oven all bubbly and sort of crispy around the edges, and then just all this lusciousness inside.
It's one of my absolute favorite appetizers. It's so rich, though, I often tell people to just share it because you don't want to spoil the rest of the evening.
At MC Spiedo, one of the signature dishes is also one of the simplest dishes. Roast chicken that's cooked for an hour and a half on the spit with lemon, seasonings, and a layer of prosciutto under the skin to keep the bird nice and juicy. You can keep a meal casual here with some meats and cheeses at the antipasto bar, a perfectly cooked veal burger with polenta fries, and a personal-sized pizza topped with grapes and mozzarella. Or you can go all in for something really elaborate like the grand tortellini and meat torta.
It's this unbelievably complex dish. It looks like something out of a medieval banquet.
Constructed from layers of 4 different sauces, handmade spinach tortellini, hand-rolled meatballs, and grated parmesan, it's all encased in a flaky crust that's infused with saffron.
And it's just so yellow and golden and crisp, it's beautiful. But I think the real shocker on that dish is there's a custard in it, and it's a custard that has cinnamon in it.
If you want to take it down to the most simple level, it's a meat pie. But the unexpected thing is that cinnamon custard.
And speaking of the unexpected, we bet you've never seen a lasagna like this. Now remember, they didn't have tomatoes back in the 1300s.
It's hard to believe that red sauce wasn't really part of Italian cooking for most of the time that Italy's been around. So this sauce is done with a very classic meat ragu without tomatoes, and then layered with ricotta and mascarpone cheese, toasted pine nuts, and raisins. And then, of course, layers of our house-made pasta.
I think people are surprised, and I think they're surprised by the size of it. That is a pretty big portion.
We've almost forgotten that tomatoes are fruit, as are raisins. We think of tomatoes as being vegetables, which they're not. So the sweetness of tomato and the sweetness of raisin are really not that far away.
For something even sweeter, check out the absolutely stunning chocolate hazelnut torte. Truth be told, they didn't have chocolate back in the Renaissance days, but nobody seems to mind a little historical inaccuracy for dessert.
Super decadent. Chocolate is a New World dish, but you have to have chocolate on the menu. You just can't not have it, so we did slip it in.
It's layers of meringue, and then we use an elderflower liqueur in one of the buttercreams, and a chocolate glaze over the top, and it's all with hazelnut meringues in between, and then we have some hazelnut brittle and some candied orange.
It's very much an elaborate pastry dish.
All in all, MC Spiedo serves an experience that's Renaissance-inspired and Medici family approved.
Our lady on the wall that keeps a good eye on us is Catherine de Medici. She's going to make sure that everything goes right.
She's looking on to make sure that we're behaving.